Whoa. These cards are really tiny. What's going on here? Oh, under? What? Let's see what's under here. Oh. Just a random old Shiva Dragon. Cool. Beat down box set. Cool thing. Uh-oh. Under again. Oh, what's going on here? It's like an even larger card. Oh, it's one of those old Vanguard cards. One of those oversized ones. Very cool. Uh-oh. We're going deeper. Oh, there it is. We hit the final level. Some oversized Magic the Gathering 6x9 cards. How fun. This is a video I've been wanting to make for quite some time. And it's taken me quite a while to get to this point, just because it's kind of hard to find them. But I've done it. I went out of my way and I've made a 60 card oversized 6x9 Magic the Gathering deck. This thing is sweet, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and check it out, but this thing is just awesome. Let me just get a better camera angle, and let's just enjoy this. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, so let's go ahead and let's check this out. And here it is. This is my oversized 6x9 Magic the Gathering card deck. Just some backstory on these. These are like promotional items. I believe they were given away if you scored high in a tournament or something like that. On the back of them, they do have this giant text that says, not for play use. So they don't want you to use them in like tournaments or anything. They don't want anyone showing up. They don't want anyone to be crazy enough to build a whole 60 card deck and like show up at a tournament or something, because yeah, I'm sure someone would do that. But anyways, that's beside the point. These are 6x9 cards. I believe they're 6 inches by 9 inches. I don't have a ruler out right now, but I believe that's pretty much why they're called that. I do have them in sleeves. I will just say right now, I did just find these sleeves like online randomly, and I don't know what they're called. They're just size 6.5 by 9.5 inches. I got 100 pieces of them, and just make sure if you get these oversized cards, the sleeves that you buy, just make sure they're like acid free and I believe PVC free. Make sure they're safe for photos, so they're not going to damage them over a long time. Enough of that, but let's just go back onto these cards. These are just awesome jumbo sized cards. They're pretty much true to the art on the card. Some of them art is different than the base card, but some of the art is spot on, just like this old Shiva Dragon. It's just like such fantastic artwork. Melissa Benson drew this one. It's just like it was the Magic the Gathering card. When I used to think of this game, I thought of this and like Skate Psalm. It's just such an iconic card in art, and it's cool to have just like a jumbo size of this. I could see a lot of people just collecting these and like putting them on their wall or their shelf just because they're nice, and they are made of like a really nice thick kind of cardstock. I would say it's like maybe like 2 or 3, at least maybe 2 to 3 or 4 times as thick as I guess a base card, and it does feel like really good cardstock, so it's not gonna just like deteriorate like an old poster or something. They feel like a pretty good product. But anyways, that's just a little bit of backstory about these cards. I've been kind of collecting them for honestly probably a couple years now, and I just recently got enough to kind of finalize a rough 60 card deck, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. I will put a deck list in the description below in case you are interested, and obviously this isn't like tournament league or anything. This is just fun tabletop thing. Couple things about this deck downsides: it is huge. Playing it on the table definitely takes up pretty much all of the play space, because like literally all the like lands, you're gonna have land every turn. After like turn 2, you pretty much filled up almost your whole side of the table, so it's just play space. You need a large one, and shuffling this deck is very hard to shuffle this, and even in the sleeves. And I'm happy I got the sleeves because I feel like I'd damage them if I didn't. But shuffling this is obviously just it's a process. I lay them out just like in piles of like 6 or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just, yeah, it's a process. Alright, and real quick before I go through the deck list, I just want to show one more comparison. I just want to set aside these cards right here. I have the miniature Magic the Gathering card, the normal size Magic the Gathering card, and then just the jumbo oversized Magic the Gathering card. it's just it's so fun to see the different sizes. I also have the Vanguard one as well. It just doesn't have the island front on it, but still very cool. And I think there's like plane shift cards and stuff like that, so there's probably some in between as well. But I just think it's so cool. Like just the normal Magic the Gathering card can fit inside the jumbo one like probably like 6 times plus. So it's just very cool. And when you have these things in your hand, they're almost like comical. It's like just like clownish or something when you have an actual like hand of 7 and you're kind of looking through them trying to play the game. It's just like, it's so funny. It's just guaranteed for a good time. Anyways, on to the deck and deck list itself. There's 25 lands in this deck. I have 1 basic forest. Like the set symbol is like an M. I think it's like M, and it says arena under, so like the arena. I think it was an arena award or something like that. I have 2 planes. Again, it has the M symbol. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mountains. I'm just going to keep the sleeves on. And it's all the same art for the land, so there's not really any variation. Again, from the arena. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 swamps. So mostly swamps. Cool art as well. Tony Roberts drew it. I have 3 Brushlands. So they did make some oversized 6x9 like kind of dual lands, but they didn't make any that have a swamp on it, so it kind of limited myself to the decks I could make. Yeah, so I did have to add a lot more swamps because they didn't have any dual lands with it. Anyways, this one adds colors to mana pool, or it adds green or white to mana pool, but it deals 1 damage to you. So pretty cool. You can use it right away, but it just will ping you for 1. And then I have a playset or 4 Carplusian Forests. It's similar to the Brushlands. It adds colors to your mana pool, or if you tap it, you can have it add red or green, and then it deals 1 damage to you if you wanted to do that. So you can use it for color, and you can do it right away. So it's pretty cool. Next, I'm on to a playset of Jester's Cap. It's an artifact, 4 mana. Kind of interesting jester. I've never really seen a jester in person, but yeah, there's a jester on there. Dan Fraser drew it. It has 2 tap, sacrifice Jester's Cap, look through target player's library, and remove any 3 of those cards from the game. Shuffle that library afterwards. So it's just like a disruptive sort of artifact. You can put it on turn 4, turn 5, you can use it, or maybe cheat it in earlier or something. And just kind of look through their deck. You see 3 cards you don't like and make them exile them. And you can do it 3, 6, 9, 12. You can do it 12 times. So if you get them all out and play them all. So it's kind of cool. Just a little bit of disruption right there. Next, I got Swords to Plowshares. And this is a very iconic card. It's different art. So some of the oversized cards, the art isn't the same. But yeah, very cool art as well. I really like it. It's like this warrior. She's putting down her sword almost, or her sword is turning into a dove and just flying away. I think it's really beautiful. By Kaha Fogilo. It's 1 white for an instant speed. Remove target creature from the game. The creature's controller gains life equal to its power. So it's instant speed removal, just like exile a creature for 1 white mana. This is an amazing card. And this one says like 3rd place right down there. So I think this was like given for being 3rd place in the 98 season. Arena. But yeah, very cool and iconic card as well. So some removal right there. Next, I have some more removal. I have 2 Dark Banishings, 2 in a black. And one thing I will say, you don't have the whole selection of Magic the Gathering cards when you're kind of working with 6x9 cards. I don't know how many they printed, but they probably only printed like 100 variations of cards, if even that many. So you only have like a small pool of cards to kind of pick through and kind of put your deck together. And most of the really good cards are very expensive, so it kind of limits to how you can build your deck. So I kind of built it to the best of my ability, and yes. So I have 2 Dark Banishings. It's an instant speed for removal, 2 in a black. Destroy target non-black creature. That creature cannot be regenerated this turn. So it's some removal, instant speed for 3 mana, which is pretty good. It destroys non-black creatures. So that's the only downfall. If they have a black deck, they're going to have black creatures, and they're going to just be protected. Yeah, so that's the only thing. Other than that, it's great removal, 3 mana for it. Next card I got, this card I don't think is an actual Magic the Gathering card. I think this is like only a promo card, or maybe it's like a unglued one, but I included it in here because I got it, and I want to put it in my deck. It's Mirror Mirror, It's 7 mana artifact, and you can see it's kind of mirrored, and it looks like a hand is coming through the mirror and grabbing her shirt. Mirror comes into play tapped. It has 7 tap, sacrifice mirror. At the end of turn, exchange life totals with player and exchange all cards in play that you control and all cards in your hand, library, and graveyard with that player until end of game. I had to get this card and put it in this deck. With a deck this wacky and large, how cool would it be to kind of change decks with your opponent and let them play with the giant deck? I just think that this is great inclusion in here, even though it's not tournament legal. This whole deck isn't tournament legal, so I just think it's super fun and a lot to get out there. And of course, it's going to take a long time to get it because 7 mana and 7 to use. I'm probably going to do it on like turn 7 or something. So yeah, fun little inclusion in the deck. The next card I got, obviously, it's probably one of the most overpowered cards in the 6x9 format, if there's such a thing, just because the nature of Chaos Orb. It's an old card, if you've ever heard of it. Chaos Orb, it's 2 mana for a mono artifact, so this is back like when there's like mono and poly artifacts, if you even knew about that. It has 1, flip Chaos Orb onto the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. Chaos Orb must turn completely over at least once or it will be discarded with no effect. When Chaos Orb lands, any card in play that touches are destroyed, as is Chaos Orb. So if you understood what that means, it means this was an actual regular size Magic the Gathering card as well that really exists out there, and it's like legal to play it. It's the only card that you actually kind of lift up and do something. So what this card does, you put it on the battlefield for 2 mana, you pay 1, you pick it up at least a foot, and like this card is like probably like, it's not a foot, but it's almost like a foot. So you don't have to lift it up too high, and it says you got to flip it, and it's got to rotate once, and every card that it lands on, it destroys. And this thing is huge. You're going to pretty much land on all of your opponent's creatures. Like this is, it's not even fair how big it is in this format. You can just like take out like their whole army. So I just thought it'd be really fun to include it. I only have 1 in here, but yeah, just like a fun card, because I mean you're literally gonna take out the whole board when you flip that. You just gotta get lucky. You can take out like all their lands and everything. So yeah, just pretty cool, fun little card. And it's fun that this was an actual Magic the Gathering card that if you have, I think they still allow in tournaments unless it's like banned or something. But yeah, very cool. And just like the art is iconic. Look at that. It's like a molten ball that's just like spitting out like lava or something. Very cool. By Mark Tendon. The next card I got Juxtapose. 4 and 2 red. It's a sorcery. Oh, this says like first place 98 season. So some of these were definitely from like tournaments. It's a sorcery speed. Bury all artifacts, creatures, and lands. So this is just a board wipe. I wanted something like that, a board wipe, like my ace in the hole in case I needed something. And then this is it in the case. It's kind of expensive, 6 mana, but it buries all artifacts, creatures, and lands. It's going to destroy my stuff, my opponents, all of that. And I believe bury has the same kind of ruling as the word destroy, because back in the day sometimes they used interchangeably like bury or like destroy. Yeah, so this is an older card, but yeah, just cool board wipe, artifacts, creatures, and lands, just get rid of them. By Richard Thomas. Cool art as well. Really like kind of how the waves are really just like drawn like lengthwise, almost looks like licorice or something. Very cool. Next ones, we're on to the creatures right here. This is like, I guess, the meat of the deck. I have 2, Order of the White Shield. It's a great knight. It says Autumn Season 98. It's 2 white mana for a 2/1 creature. It has protection from black, so can't be murdered or anything like that. It has pay white, first strike till end of turn. Pay 2 white, +1/+0 till end of turn. So this is a pretty cool card. You can give it first strike, and I'm a huge fan of first strike. It deals its combat damage first, so if it's up against another 2/2, it will take it out first. Pretty cool. So I like to be able to give it that ability just for 1 white, and you can also pump it up as well, so you can use those together. Very cool. By Ruth Thompson. Just nice to get this on the field. Hopefully turn 2. The one thing I will say, it's hard with cards like this because you have to have 2 white out, and in my deck that could be a little problematic sometimes, the mana fixings. The next card I got 2 Black Knight. Cool card, cool art, by Adrian Smith. He's just riding his horse into the night with his like crazy tomahawk looking axe or something. 2 black mana. It's pretty much like the opposite of the white Order of the White Shield. It's got first strike and protection from white, where this has protection from black, and you can pay to have it to have first strike, and you can pay to make it stronger. This one's just a little bit more toughness, and it's just first strike and protection from white. So it's pretty cool. Get on the battlefield, turn 2. Be pretty nice to help some blockers and stuff like that, and I really like first strike. Next ones I got, I have 3 Nether Shadows. I really like this card. I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of dredge and stuff like that, so this is a cool card. Different, obviously art different, very creepy, kind of like Donnie Darko kind of vibes in the background. Interesting thing. And this person's just walking around with a candle into the night, looking around, and they don't know behind them is the Nether Shadow. So just fun little art by D. Trelizzi. 2 black for a Summoned Shadow. This is like from 4th place, the Tempest season, I guess. Nether Shadow is unaffected by Summon Sickness, so it has haste. And at the end of your upkeep, if Nether Shadow is in the graveyard with at least 3 creature cards above it, you may put Nether Shadow into play. So the way that works is, if it dies, and then another creature dies, and another creature dies, and then another creature dies, it's in your graveyard with at least 3 creatures on top of it. So, what is it, at your upkeep, so at the beginning of your upkeep, so your untap upkeep, he actually comes onto the battlefield for free. So after a while, these things are just going to be coming onto the battlefield, hopefully, after a while, kind of late game or something like that. So I just have a couple of those in there, hopefully pop out later, just say hello or something. So I got 3 of those, and I just really like Nether Shadow in general. I got 2 Herloon Minotaur. It's just not bad. It's 3 mana for a 2/3. That's it. Just a little bit of toughness, and I do like how it has 3 toughness. So yeah, just a Minotaur for a 3 mana. Iconic art. Crazy like albino Minotaur with like war paint on. Absolutely brutal, but very cool by Anson Maddox. 2 of those. I got 2 of these Oswan Jaguar, and this one I think is like strictly a promo card. I don't think this was made like anywhere else in Magic the Gathering. So like super not tournament legal or anything, but it's 1 and 2 greens. It's a Summon Jaguar. It's got like a shooting star over there. It's a 2/2. When Oswan Jaguar comes into play, choose a random creature type from those in target opponent's deck. You pay 2 green tap, you get a berry target creature of creature type. So this is kind of hard to do because when you play it, you gotta have to know what creature types your opponent has in their deck, or they want to know. So you can kind of just like say like roll a dice and say like, all right, 1 to 10 is zombies, and like 11 to 20 is elves, and then you roll, and then you go, okay, got a 17, so if I pay 2 green and tap, it's going to destroy an elf. So it's just kind of like hard to kind of figure out all of your opponent's creature types without having to go through their deck. But other than that, it's kind of cool and can be used for removal as well. 3 mana for a 2/2. They can pay 2 green to tap, have it destroy a creature. That's pretty cool right there. So I have 2 of those. Next I have 3 of these Bolduvian Horde. I think this is a pretty good card, especially just like for a deck like this where I just want to get a bunch of like damage out there. 4 mana for a 5/5. When it comes into play, you do have to discard a card at random from your hand or bury it, so that really hurts. But I do have the Nether Shadows in there, so sometimes maybe I can discard that, maybe be beneficial, so that's kind of why I included those as well. But yeah, 4 mana for a 5/5. This is just going to be like a big body to get out there to just start swinging at your opponent and hopefully just chipping away at them 5 life at a time. So I have 3 of these out there. 4 mana for a 5/5. It's kind of menacing looking at you, and these guys are just blowing their frost breath all over the mountains. But yeah, very cool. Brian Snooty. Next one I got an Urnham Dejean, a 3 and a green. It's a summon Dejean. It's a 4/5. During your upkeep, you must choose one of your opponent's non-wall creatures in play. Until your next upkeep, that creature gains Forest Walk ability. If opponent has no creatures, ignore this effect. So it's a 4/5, but it gives one of your opponent's creatures Forest Walk. So, like, it's a pretty powerful 4 mana creature. But the downside is it gives one of your opponent's creatures Forest Walk. That's what it is. 4/5 for 4 mana. I'll take it in this deck, I will. By Ken Mayers Jr. You can see these 2 Urnham Dejeans in the background. Cool. Next one I got a playset or 4 of these Fallen Angels. Just some evasion. It is 5 mana to get out there, so it's kind of expensive. 5 mana for a 3/3, but it does have flying, so it has evasion. And I kind of do like this ability right here. It says sacrifice a creature to give Fallen Angel +2/+1 till end of turn. It is till end of turn. I wish it was like counters, but it's still pretty cool. I can use like the Nether Shadows as well to sacrifice for these to kind of get these a little bit tougher. And I can also sacrifice other creatures to bring back the Nether Shadows, like sacrifice a creature to kind of fill up my graveyard more, get at least 3 creatures on top of it to bounce the Nether Shadows back. So that is a possibility. But yeah, I have a playset of these. Just get some things in the air, hopefully get some damage across. By Anson Maddox, the angel had her wings taken from her, and now she has like straw horns or something. Yep. Next, I got a classic Sarah Angel. Fantastic art. Just like an iconic Magic the Gathering card. Most people who know this game know this card. It's 3 and 2 white, so 5 mana for a 4/4 with flying, and attacking doesn't cause it to tap, so it has Vigilance. Douglas Schulter drew it. Very iconic artwork. Very cool. 4/4 with flying. Come on, that's awesome. Next card I got an Autumn Willow. I actually have a mini one right here, or actually not the mini one, the regular one, the regular size. The Autumn Willow, 4 and 2 green, so 6 mana for a 4/4. Cannot be target of spells or effects. And then you can pay green. Target player may target Autumn Willow with spells or effects on their turn. So that's for like you. You're going to pay a green if you want to like put a giant growth on it or something like that. Other than that, this thing can't be really targeted by anything. So pretty cool. Just 6 mana for a 4/4, really not that good, but I just needed a creature to fill up this deck, so that's where the Autumn Willow came in. And then the last cards I got, obviously a playset of the awesome, powerful Shiva Dragon. You get this in the board, it definitely puts attention on the field, and a lot of times when I get this out there, you end up winning. Shiva Dragon, 4 and 2 red. It's got flying, it's a 5/5, you can pay red and you can pump it up, give it +1/+0 till end of turn. Pretty much, if you get this thing out and they don't have something able to block it, you can just pump it up and win in just a couple turns. So this is a great card. Love the art. Iconic. Fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I see it, it always kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball. Just a little bit. Just the dragon in there. But very cool. Very cool. And it's drawn by Melissa Benson. But yeah, this is my 60 card oversized 6x9 Magic the Gathering deck. This thing is comically large and a lot of fun. And yeah, I just wanted to share it with you all. Show you that this stuff even exists. Show you that I put one together. And yeah, just share this experience with you all. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like seeing stuff like this. And yeah, just want to say thanks for stopping by. Hope you're all doing wonderful out there, staying safe and healthy. And enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year. And I'll catch you all on the next one.